Okay, this is part 2. I apologize. Part 1 ended a little bit briefly. The computer fell asleep. So, I just finished drawing out 8 electrons in my outermost shell. I know I have to do 15 in my outermost shell. We call those electrons, by the way, in the outermost shell valence electrons. So we've got 8. I now start to half. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we're good. All done. Questions about that? No one can ask questions here. Sorry, have it. Okay, so monster, you can do all of your subtractions, but if you want a shorthand way, a simpler way to do this, there is one available to you. So, use your periodic table. It is your friend. The first trick that you can use with your periodic table is that your row number on the periodic table is equal to your shell number. Okay? And so, we take a peek at zinc. We find zinc. Zinc is right here. Zinc, we can see, is not in the first, the second, the third, but the fourth row. So it's going to have 4 shells. If I take a look at chlorine, chlorine is in the third row down. 1, 2, 3. It's going to have 3 shells. If I take a look at aluminum, aluminum can be one of the tricky ones to find. People don't think to look at it on the other side of our staircase. Over here, it's also in the third row. That means it's going to have 3 shells. Boron, second row, 2 shells. Hydrogen and helium, only one's in that first shell. Okay. The second trick, it's going to make your life a lot easier, is that the number from the left side of the table is equal to the electrons in the outermost shell. Or we often call this the valence electrons. Okay. And a trick that you can use with this is you can use the column number in the 4th row. But remember, we can only use it with the 4th row because only the 4th row goes all the way across. So let's look back at our 3 examples from before. If we take a peek at zinc again, zinc, my friend in the 4th row, has a column number of 12. That tells me it's going to have 12 valence electrons, 12 electrons in its outermost shell, whereas the first 3 shells have to be full. If I take a peek at chlorine, chlorine here, I'm going to have to count across. It doesn't have 17. The maximum in the second shell is 8. So, can't have 17. So if I go across, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to have 7 electrons in the outermost shell. Aluminum, 1, 2 for sodium and magnesium. 3, it's going to have 3 electrons in the outermost shell, or 3 valence electrons. Okay, that's everything for this week. Good luck.